Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing today? Hey, Ange. Good morning. Good morning. I think I'm like getting a beard. Well, this will be the Mondayest Tuesday we've ever experienced. The Tuesday after holiday weekend is always a joy. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Coffee Talk. I am your host, Lionel Richie. So happy to see you all. Hi, Laura. So, I read the shooting script last night for The Outsiders. And then I watched the movie last night until I fell asleep. And that movie still holds up. If you guys have not seen a good movie in a long time, yes, Yacht Rock did leave form. It became the Love Channel. They only bring it back in the summer. So if you need a good movie or a good book, The Outsiders still holds up. Check out The Outsiders. So good. Do you know she was only 15 years old when she wrote that story? 15. When I was 15, who knows? I was writing like, do you like me? Check yes or no, and passing it in the hallway at Freehold Township High School. I was not writing The Outsiders. Yacht Rock Radio is back. For those of you who are like devoted, one of those listeners, you know that Yacht Rock Radio goes away in the winter and becomes the Love Station, which I also listen to. I like the Love Station, but Yacht Rock Radio is the best. Okay, and Yacht Rock Radio is the best. So when you're in your car, if you have Sirius Radio, search for Yacht Rock Radio, and you can thank me later because you can Michael McDonald yourself all over your town. Okay? Do it for Johnny, man. Do it for Johnny. Okay. So, by the way, at 15, she came up with names like Ponyboy and Soda Pop. I love her. Seriously, I love her. All right. So I have to tell you guys about this article that I read and why I want to do it and why it like relates to me. Okay? I read this article about moms and dads who go to pride parades. Okay? For those of you who don't know what a pride parade is, because some people don't, a pride parade is a parade for the LGBTQ community. Lesbian, gay, bi, trans, queer community. Now, as you know, I am a member of that community. Although I am now married to a man, I have been bisexual as long as I can remember. I have always been equally as attracted to men and women. And my mom never had a problem with it. So I never had a problem with it. I told my mom I liked women. She was like, okay. I told my mom I liked men. She was like, all right. Anyway, this article was saying that moms and dads go to pride parades with shirts that say free mom hugs, free dad hugs. And at first I was like, I don't get it. Why does anybody want to be hugging moms at a parade? But when they explained it, they explained that there were so many children who had been exiled or disowned by their parents that they hadn't been hugged by a mom or a dad in years. Okay? Some of them who were hugging them were as young as, 14, 15, 16, and some were older men and women in their 40s who haven't talked to their parents in 30 years, 20 years, Y'all, when I tell you it took my breath away, I was like, oh my God, because you see, God did not call me to stand at that parade and make judgment on anyone. Obviously, I'm a little kooky because I like everybody. I'm like not the best example of like who to judge anyone because I make every single decision I want to make. But God did not call me to stand at a parade and judge anyone. That's not what I'm called to do. What I'm called to do is love my neighbor, is love others as God loves me. That's all I'm called to do. That's my only test. That's it. That's all I got to do. So the notion that I could show up and make a difference at a parade, that I could wear a shirt that says free mom hugs. I would like to wear a free MILF hugs. If I'm being honest, free MILF hugs. I'll take the mom one, but if it's MILF, it's fine. I would really like to do that because do you realize what an impact something like that could have? And that's not saying, by the way, for those of you that feel conflicted because you don't agree with the lifestyle, but you also don't want to condemn somebody, you hugging people does not say, I support your lifestyle. You hugging them says, I don't want you to feel alone. See the difference? Supporting their lifestyle would basically be getting in bed with them, which you're not going to do, so you don't have to worry. Hugging them is, oh God, Betsy, don't ask me what a MILF is, please. I feel dirty now. I know, MILF is ugly. Mom, MILF. Ugh. All right, sorry, I take it back. I don't take it back. But Michael would do that. Michael would go to the parade and wear free dad hugs. Michael would hug every person, male or female, transgender, binary. I don't know all the terms because I'm not like that hip on it. But Michael would hug anybody. Well, Michael hates hugs. Hold on. Let me backtrack. Michael's an Aquarius and his love language is acts of service. Michael does not really want to hug anyone, but Michael would hug these people. Michael would, absolutely. He is so that guy. Now, let me tell you why this means so much to me. Okay? Hear me out and don't be mad at Susan. Susan's come a long way, okay? When I was 18 or 17 and I went to college, you're right, it's not a lifestyle. I'm sorry, I don't always say the right things because I talk so fast, but you're absolutely right. It is life. Okay. When I was 17 and I went to college, I fell in love with a man, boy, whatever, who was African American. Shocker. Jamie doesn't date white boys, except for Michael. Anyway, Susan had a very hard time with this. Susan was raised by old school Italian parents. I'm not making any excuses, but she just was not okay with it. She just really, really, really just didn't understand it, right? She didn't understand it. So she, like when I was heavy as a child, when I was fat as a middle schooler, my mom made fun of me, thinking that that would get me to stop eating. Instead, it gave me 10 eating disorders and broke my heart, if I'm being honest. it absolutely destroyed me that the woman who God chose to protect me would hurt me. I still cry over it. It was the hardest 3 years of my life, really. To be made fun of at school and then come home and be made fun of by your own mother. Talk about wanting to blow your brains out. I have no idea how I made it. I really don't. When I was in a relationship with Jimmy, my mother thought that if she cut me off or said hurtful things to me, that I would stop doing it. She didn't have good tools. She has better tools now, but she didn't then. So she cut me off. And even though I was fine and I didn't speak to her for a long time, and I was in love and I was young and I didn't care, I would see other mothers coming to school for parent weekends and I don't know, whatever parents show up at college for, And my mom wasn't coming and my dad was dead. And Jimmy always tried to overcompensate to make it seem like he and I were enough, just the two of us. But the truth is family, and you always kind of want that, And I wonder how I would have felt if there were moms who stood on campus and hugged kids whose parents disagreed with choices that they were making or didn't like who they were or whatever. How I would have felt if there was a mother who said, I don't care who you date. I don't care who you love. Come give me a hug. But it was a different time then, and people weren't doing that. Certainly it didn't stop me from dating Jimmy. He was the first real love of my life, and I became a stripper, so there's that. But I share that with you to say that I feel like I understand very much what it feels like to be alienated or ostracized by your own parent. I would love to be the person that can bring some peace or love to a child or a person who feels rejected by their own parents. I would love to be a surrogate mom to someone who needs a mother figure in their life because of their orientation or who they decide to love, because I didn't have that. I really did not have that. And I could do that. I could totally do that. Like, I could totally go to pride parades and go to different places. And yes, I will share the link to the article. I will actually post the article on my page after I finish Coffee Talk, so you can read it. My mother is better now, by the way. She is. I don't think she would care now if as a matter of fact, my ex-girlfriend, the only girl I ever dated who I ever really, truly cared for, and still to this day I think she is the most beautiful girl in the world. I think she is the most beautiful girl in the world. I have always have from the day I met her. Did I ever tell y'all the story about the day I met Lindsay? Well, that could be another Coffee Talk because it blew my mind. Now, she and I recently reconnected. In the last few weeks, we found each other. I found her on Pinterest and kind of stalked her, and then she wrote me back. Anyway, she sent me a recent picture of herself. And she is so freaking gorgeous. I can't stand it. I was smacking myself. I'm like, how does this woman still, she's a firefighter. And she's so gorgeous. Like, it's like blows my mind. But anyway, I don't think my mom would care at all now. She doesn't want me to divorce Michael. So that's first thing. But let's just say I was single for shits and giggles. If I was single and I said, Mom, I found Lindsay and Lindsay and I are going to start dating again, she would go, oh, how nice. How is she? If I said today, Mom, I met a black guy and we're going to start dating, she would be like, of course you are. Because I don't date white guys. So she would be like, right, of course. She wouldn't care anymore. Susan is like so different now. You know, like she's had so much time to self-reflect, but in the time, it was hard for me, y'all. I'm telling you, it was hard for me. Anyway, does hubby get jealous about past relationships, male or female? Not even when I tell you not even a little, like not like less than a little. Like if I said, babe, I'm going to go to California and visit Lindsay. We're going to go to dinner and hang out. He would probably first go, who's Lindsay? Because he would not remember. Then I would say, Lindsay, the girl I was dating when you and I were met and we started dating. Remember the girl that I asked you to have a threesome with and you said no? And he would laugh and go, oh, okay. When are you going? What are the dates? Did you put them on the calendar? It's just not who he is. He just doesn't care. Michael and I have truly resolved to the fact that I'll be your mom, Danielle. I will be your mom. Michael and I have resolved. Like there's just a certain level of trust. Susan Hall, you are wonderful. There's a certain level of trust, honestly. And the other thing is like, could you imagine, like, I don't know. We're so, I don't know. I don't know what the right term is. I don't want to offend anyone, but like Michael and I couldn't live our lives. We just we wouldn't be able to live the lives we live and travel the way we travel and do what we do if the other one was, yes, that's right. It's not that he doesn't care. Michael cares very much. He loves me, but he does trust me. And honestly, and I know you guys are going to get mad, don't start throwing shit at me. If I came home and was like, Michael, I kissed Lindsay, he would be like, why am I not surprised? And I would say, I don't know, I'm making up what I would say, but this is what I think I would say. Like, I just had to see if it was still there. Like, she's so beautiful, blah, 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 blah. And he would say, okay, so now what? And I would say, now nothing. He would be more concerned that I wasn't leading her on than he would be that I kissed her. He doesn't connect physical, like with, that wouldn't bother him. What would bother him is like, did you let her know? Like, that's not something you're really pursuing. You know, like, don't lead her on. I don't know. We're a very weird couple. I don't know. So anyway, I really want to show you her picture, but I feel like I need to get her permission. I can't post somebody's picture on Facebook. You know, that wouldn't be nice. I wouldn't do that to anybody. I can't be like, this is the girl I was in a relationship with, and then post her picture, because what if she doesn't live her life that way? You know, that's not fair. But Lindsay is single right now. Yes, she was married and got divorced, and she is single right now. But that's not why we found each other. Like, we're not. I still think she's the most beautiful girl in the world. Like literally, I look at her and I go, and I know beauty is in the eye of the beholder, because I look at her and I am well aware that other people probably look at her and go, no, she's a pretty girl, but she's not the most beautiful girl in the world. I look at her and go, never have I ever seen a face more perfect. I look at it, I go, oh my God, how'd you get a face like that? Holy crap. You know? I don't know. She was married to a man. So anyway, I'm going to ask Lindsay if I can post her picture. but she might say no. And if she says no, I totally respect that. I would never disrespect her. Or push her out of her comfort zone or anything. Describe her. She has blonde hair, big blue eyes, really full lips, like maybe the most amazing mouth I've ever seen. Like really, it's like God. Remember Mr. Potato Head? It's like God put the perfect features on her. God, like Mrs. Potato Headed her face. She has the most gorgeous mouth I've ever seen in my life. Like if you were going to a plastic surgeon and you were like, give me a perfect face, you'd want Lindsay's. Her body is actually a wonderland. She's like fit and she's got like these legs and this ass that like, I don't even know how anybody gets that. I don't have it. God didn't give it to me. Like I just have really long, skinny legs. She's got like muscular, almost looks like she was a soccer player, which oddly enough, I was the soccer player and didn't get that. And she has an ass that you could actually like set your drink on. Here, let me just put my cocktail right here. Don't go away. It's not even that too. She's just so unaware of how beautiful she is. And she is so different than me. I'm a city girl and I like noise and crowds and New York and all of those things. And she likes Northern California and nature and yoga. We're so different. Like she, I don't know, like she's calm and she doesn't curse and she doesn't really raise her voice and she probably has never been in a fight and, you know, she's an like introvert, you know, and she's more quiet than I am. She's Michael, basically, but way better looking. And very feminine. Like I have a very masculine energy. She's all feminine. Babe, do you remember Lindsay, the girl I was dating when you and I were first dating? He did this.
Remember the name, but I wouldn't.
I remember the name, but I couldn't, you know. Babe, do you know that she and I reconnected and she's still the most beautiful woman I've ever seen? I already told him this, but he won't remember. Good talk, babe. I said she and I reconnected and she's still the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. Are you super jealous? Come on, a little bit? Not even a little? Is it going to like rock your day? Are you going to think about it later? Oh shit. Talk that shit, Sullivan. Talk that shit. I love you so much. Drive safe. Text me when you get there. Okay. He goes, she may be the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. Let me see a picture. Okay. Y'all, he does not care. At all. You love Michael's voice. I'll have him leave a voicemail on your phone. Hey, baby. This is Michael. Anyway, I'm going to ask Lindsay if I could share a picture of her. All right. I love you guys. Just so you know, if anybody needs a hug, a mom hug, a sister hug, a grandma hug, a daughter hug, a lesbian hug, a bisexual hug, an interracial hug, a godly hug, I got you. I got you. You tell me what kind of hug you need, and I got ya. Okay? Okay. She said you may get that three-way. No, that's not Michael's speed. That's not Lindsay's speed either. That was only Jamie trying to put that together, by the way. That was not Lindsay's speed. She was like, I don't think so. And Michael was like, oh, no. I don't want to do that. And I was like, come on, guys, it'll be a great time. They weren't into it, guys. They weren't into it. All right. I love you guys so much. If you guys need any hugs, I got you. I'm not kidding. If you see me in public, you better come up and hug me. I'm giving out all kinds of hugs. I love you guys so much today. Have a great, great day. By the way, share this video with somebody who needs to hear that we support them. Share it and say, like, if anyone needs a mom hug or a friend hug or a sister hug or whatever, we got you. I love you. Have a great day.